Most parts of it are fun, but then I just get, I just needed some sleep last night, and I got some sleep, but I think it was my own fault that I stayed up on the phone last night, so. But this is wonderful, and I can't believe the feedback that I've been getting, so it's been good. Yeah, absolutely my dream. I mean, I dream to be #1. It's just a great feeling that people like my music and that they're responding to it. I mean, it's a partnership, but I do find myself having to gain people's respect because they're like, oh, there's this little young girl, like, what does she know about anything? And, you know, I need to prove myself to them. But it's not a problem. I've just learned that people don't expect much out of me. When I was 6 years old, we saw like a small little article in the Boston Globe, because I'm from Massachusetts, and it was to audition for Kids Say the Darndest Things with Bill Cosby. And I was like, Ma, I want to audition for this. So I went and I auditioned, and that was my first television show I did. And then from there I did Kids Say the Darndest Things again in California. And then I did Rosie O'Donnell a few times. I did some talent shows and televised things, commercials, and then, you know, we couldn't keep doing things from Massachusetts because there was nothing like else to do. It was too expensive to keep going to New York, so we moved to California. And I got signed, like, within a few months, actually, living out there. I was so young, like, I was just, like, I would sing in front of anybody, so I was just so excited that people, like, were liking it. It was like no other feeling, and it was really cool, and I was like, wow, I get to see myself on TV, and I get to do what I like to do. It was great. We recorded last summer for like 3 or 4 months, and it was so much fun. We did it in New York, LA, and Miami, and I recorded with some great producers and writers, and I got to write 3 songs on my own, and it was just like everything came together perfectly, and it was the album that I had dreamed of making. It wasn't like that bubblegum pop that some other record companies had wanted me to record. It wasn't too urban, it wasn't too pop, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, and it was everything that I had wanted. You know what, they're all my babies. Like, I don't know if I have a favorite. I like Never Say Goodbye for different reasons. I like the happy song, Baby It's You, We Keep On Keeping On. Like, they're all special to me in different ways, and they all mean something. I take the songs that I write from real life experiences. If I don't have a reference point to something, I can't be singing about it, whether I wrote it or not. So, you know, all these songs, whether I pen them myself, they're like a, you know, piece of my life. I'm sorry, I just hit it. I'm sorry. But they're a part of my life. It, like, whenever it hits me, whenever I'm like, oh, this would be an awesome thing to write a song about. I could even be having a conversation with you, and you might say something, like, really profound, and I'd be like, oh, I should really write a song about that. Or it might be, you know, I wrote Keep On Keeping On sitting by my pool, and I was thinking, well, like, there wasn't always a pool. I wasn't always doing well like this. And I wrote it based on that, and just thinking of where I am now and where I was, and that things can't be bad for so long. Or you might be in the studio and you might be listening to the track and like feeling it out, and you're like, okay, this is what this track makes me feel. Or this is what I went through today. And you just, whatever inspiration hits you, that's when you write. I think I'm more of a lyricist than hearing music. Like, I've always written poems and stories, and I even tried to write a novel when I was like 8 years old, and I was like so deep into it. It was like real serious. I've always liked writing. That was wonderful. Europe was beautiful, and it was like nothing I had ever experienced before. And Usher is just an inspiration vocally, as a dancer, as an all-around person. And to be in his company, I mean, I don't think you can get any hotter than Usher right now. So I don't know where I'm going to go from here, because Usher is just, you know, top rate, just a great guy. Well, he gave me advice. He said, you know, work hard to work hard and stay humble. And when you think you've acquired that level of success, when, you know, you can't go any higher, just keep working, because the work does pay off. he was just very nice and humble, and whenever he saw me in the hallway, he would take the time out to be like, hey, how are you doing? You enjoying the road? And, you know, he was very, very nice. Well, after I'm in Europe for a few more days, I'm going to go back to the U.S., going to be doing some award shows and some more radio shows doing Regis and Kelly, and, you know, just keeping things moving. I'm filming the next music video soon, and you'll be happy to see when it comes out over here that there's going to be a nice surprise on it. I'd love to give it away to you, but you'll have to wait. And it's just going to be great. I just can't wait to keep things moving. I wish, I know it is the time. I don't have time for a boyfriend. I wish I did. And, you know, traveling to different cities and meeting different people is very difficult. You know, it's something I put upon myself. It's something that I was like, come on, Joe, let's work. Let's keep it moving. But, you know, I met somebody I really liked, and it's very difficult to just talk to them on the phone. You know, the international calls are so expensive, and just when you want, because, you know, I talk to my girlfriends about their boyfriends, and they're like, Joe, I met this really awesome guy today, and I'm like, but, you know, as long as I have my telephone calls, as long as I have my memories, I'm all set for a while. My friends are the best. I have a good, close circle of friends, and my best friend in Florida, she moved from Boston to Florida like a year ago. She's always there for me, whether in person or not. Well, I want to be #1 on everywhere, like Usher was just this year. I mean, I want to prove people wrong, I guess you could say. Because for the longest time, you know, people in my hometown and even some of my family did not believe that this would happen. And that now that I'm acquiring success, they're like, oh, I always believed it. But no, you didn't. You did not believe it. I just want to prove people wrong, and I just want to, you know, fulfill my dreams. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing what I love, and people are liking it. And I want to explore more writing. I want to win a Grammy. I want to see more of the world. I want to make a difference somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will. Yeah, I think it's just for every young woman, like growing up and being a teenager and trying to find out who you are. But for me, it's a little different because I'm growing up in front of a camera. But I've always liked to be in front of a camera. I've been a ham. Like, I like to be in the spotlight, and I like to, you know, this is what I love. So I think it's just something that everybody goes through at one point in their lives. And I've always been a little more mature, so, I mean, I don't know how to take that. But as long as I have my friends, and I have guys, and I have my family, I think I'll be all set. When I'm not doing this, I really do like to meet new people, especially people my age. And when I'm home, I love to hang out with my friends, see movies, go shopping, or just like walk along the river, because I live right on the Hudson River in New Jersey. So I just like to chill out. I like to go to the grocery store, actually, to be honest with you. I get so excited about going to the grocery store because it's such a normal thing. I just like to walk down the aisles and be like, wow, cereal and canned food. I don't know why. Absolutely, SWV, 1993, I believe. I'm so glad that we had that addition to the album, because it completed the whole thing. We brought some of the old school with the new school. And I mean, it's not that old school. Like, some people who are older get offended when I say old school since it's early 90s, but to me, it's old school. So it was a great addition, and I'm glad that I got to work with the same producer and writer that did the original version, so we could keep it true to the original form, but, you know, put my own twist to it. Well, I'm homeschooled and tutored, and I had the summer off, thank God. And I'm looking forward to starting up again, but it's good to have a break. Education is important. As much as it is difficult to manage both school and doing this, you know, I make it work. Yeah, but it's just not possible to do it in a public school, like in an institution. It's just not possible. the school that I was attending was public, and they were not going to work with us. So it's good that I have my tutor who teaches me like full curriculum, full New York State curriculum, and it's very accommodating. It's just my own. I don't know, I've always been kind of mature and just been able to carry on conversations and whatnot. I don't know. I think the people around me are definitely my guide. I have good people around me. With my record company, my mother is my manager as well, my dancers, they're always protecting me for different things. My mom is protecting me to make sure, the industry people don't affect me, and my dancers are making sure the guys don't get me, and it's a great support team, and they really help me out. She was a professional church soloist, yeah. I guess, when I was younger, I heard her singing around the house, like singing Broadway or singing opera, and I guess it rubbed off on me a little bit. Growing up, I listened to a lot of Aretha Franklin and Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James, even Bob Seger and the Beatles, and different things inspired me. I liked Sly and the Family Stone and different kinds of music. And then as I got older, I liked hip hop and R&B, but my influences are from several different kinds of music. Well, I mean, just don't do it if your heart's not in it. Because I went to so many auditions where kids were like, I don't want to do this. But I'm such a strong-willed person that I can't imagine not doing something if I didn't love it. And I love this. So I'm doing it for the right reasons. But, if deep down you only want this for the fame, or you only want this because you think that you'll acquire money and you'll be big, huge megastar, don't do it for those reasons. Do it because you love to sing, and do it because it burns inside when you're not doing it. And that's why I do it. A lot of people compare me to Aaliyah, and I think it's an honor. Aaliyah is a beautiful, very talented young woman, and she will definitely be missed. And, I think we're definitely two different artists, but if some of her success rubs off on me, I have no problem with that. And I feel like she is kind of my guardian angel, even though I never met her. Just the similarities are so freaky. When I first met with Barry, who is her uncle, when I sang for him, we went to his house. I sang for him along with my executive producer, Vincent Herbert. We were all on the couch, me and my mother and Vincent. And after I sang, he got teary-eyed, and he said, it was like baby girl, who's Aaliyah, was over your shoulder saying, look at what I brought for you, Uncle Barry. We all started bawling our eyes out. Just the similarities and the weird instances that have happened. I think she is watching over me. Really, the only thing that's changed for me is that people recognize me. I'm the same person. I'm just a little more tired. And just the way people treat me, the way guys treat me, and the way girls treat me too. I find people trying to be my friend or hang out with me just because I'm JoJo. But it's just, I guess it comes with the territory. And that's the only thing that's changed for me. Like I said, I'm not rolling in money. I'm not a big diva. I don't ask for much, just some food and some time to sleep. And I'm all set. If she sees me that I'm getting tired, she'll be like, you know what, we need a few hours to break. And it's definitely helpful, because sometimes I can't say that because I feel like I could work for hours, for days, forever, because I am that person who will push myself. So it's good to have her there to be like, you know what, she needs to eat, she needs to sleep. We can't do this right now. I think the silliest question to me is do you like to do this? Of course I like to do this. I love to do this. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like to do it. That is the craziest question to me. Why are you asking me that? You know what I mean? I am so strong-willed that I could not do something that I don't like to do. There have been so many silly questions, I don't know, just asking me about different artists, and like they want me to say that I don't like this artist. I try not to disrespect anybody or step on anybody's toes, because everybody needs to be respected. You know, I respect Britney Spears. She's a great artist. She's a great dancer, and she is very entertaining. So don't try to get me to say anything bad about anybody, because I won't. So I think that those are the two kind of silly questions that I get asked a lot. I'm pretty open as far as that. But when people ask, you know, about my relationships, like, I guess there's this rumor that me and Bow Wow are going out. You know, when they ask about things like that, I get a little upset, but, you know, I understand. If I was an interviewer, I'd be even more probing. I'd be like, so what did you do on this night? Da, 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 da. I'd probably be the same way. Hey, it's JoJo wishing all my fans in Germany the very best. I love you guys.
That's perfect.
Hey, Switzerland, what's up? It's JoJo wishing you all the best. Love you guys. Hey, Austria, what's up? This is JoJo wishing you all the best. You guys rock.
Holland.
Hey, what's going on, Holland? It's JoJo, and I'm wishing all my fans the very best. Love you guys. Hey, Spain, it's JoJo wishing all my fans the very, very best. I love you guys. Hey, Italy, it's JoJo wishing you all the very, very best. I love you guys.